Welcome to Didio's Country to the Coast Fishing. I'm Tony and I'm Jason. We're going to be fishing all waterways, all our inland waterways right through to the coast. So sit back and enjoy the show. Alright, we've just come down Wild Creek here. Down from Nambucca Heads. We've got Nambucca Heads that way, Scott's Head back in that way. And we'll come here for the morning there. We've just hooked up a little flathead here. In he comes there, nice little fish there. We're going to do a flathead session today. We're just trying out these new tricky lures that we've got here. We've got a whole range of 3-inch lures we're going to try. That's not bad for our first effort. Got him straight with the mouth there. I'll just get that out if I can get it out. Little 3-inch grub from Tricky Lures. They seem to be working good, they're just jumping straight onto it. There's our beautiful little lizard. We'll let this fella go. Got that on there? Yep. There you go, look at that. Beautiful part of the world up here. When you're fishing down these little creeks and that, what you got to do, what I find when you're looking for these fish, when you've got to fish back towards the shallows. You've got to get your lure right back up into the shallows there. And it's good to find some structure like these clumps of trees and that are around here. That's absolutely perfect. Actually, flathead lay right up underneath all them bits of structure here, especially if you can find weed. You can see the black weed in the patches over near the bank there. The flathead lay right beside the weed because they're a predatory fish. They're looking for little fish to come out from over the sand and weed beds and that, and they attack them. And that's where you've got to get your lure. I'll just demonstrate where to put the lures. You've got to put your lure right in front of the weed bed. And object is just a little flicks. A lot of people wind too fast for flathead. You've got to make sure that your lure stays down on the ground for the flathead. It's just little flicks. Take a little bit of line, make sure that lure goes back to the bottom, and little flicks. Anyway, we'll keep persevering today for a while. We'll try and get you some nice good footage on some lizards, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright, only got a little tiny fella on here. We're just right there. You can see how shallow we are. You don't have to fish very deep water for these flathead there. We're only in about half a metre, maybe a metre of water here. Oh, look at this beautiful little fish coming up here. Geez, they got some nice colours on them. They're a very aggressive fish. I mean, that fella's eating that 3-inch lure down there, and he's got the whole lure inside his mouth there. It's just amazing how aggressive they are. But look at the patterns on him, the colours there. So they just blend in so really good amongst the weed and that. And some of the ones you get in that lay on the white sand, they come up there and they're pure white. So they're really good at camouflaging there, but how he's got that lure down his neck there. It's just all the way down. We'll keep him here in a minute. Alright. There it is. See, it's just amazing the size of that lure to the size of the fish. So they're a very, very aggressive little fish. Anyway, so let's just watch this one swim away. Away he goes. But beautiful water here. It's magic down these little creeks and that. I love it. It's nice and peaceful. It's looking great. What we're doing at the moment there, and you just don't need like heavy gear. A lot of people go overboard, especially when you're fishing for these type of fish. Mate, all I'm using is a 5-pound leader. It's not good when they spike the hell out of you. There's a 5-pound leader. Yeah, a little 2000 reel. This is a little Daiwa. And you know, the rod selection, I've got a mate who brings them in, and they're a you just don't need heavy gear. Just go as light as you can. Like, this is a 2 to 4 kilo. I use two types of rods. when you want a custom rod, I use GT custom rods. Again, beautiful light rod. Now there's our Fletcher Pro Series, which is a beautiful little rod. Actually, I'm not sure what weight this one actually is. That's a 4 to 12 pound, believe it or not. That thing there will handle a beautiful snapper right from your big, your big flathead right up to your snapper and that. We'll get it to get out soon and really give that a workout one of these days. All right, we'll just get that back on there. These rods are from In Pursuit Fishing too. So if you want to look them up on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, give them a look up, and they've got a nice range of rods as well. As I said, if you want to go a nice rod like this, or if you're well into custom gear, go to a GT rod. They're absolutely beautiful. Right, we'll get back to this fishing again. We'll see if we can get a few more down through here. Okay. All right, we just hooked another one now. There's a lot bigger fish, this. I lost him there for a second there. He had me out there, right up under them trees over there. I put the lure nearly right underneath that tree, and up he come. I've just gone to a little bit bigger lure. I've gone to a 5-inch lure for this one. There's so much weed in there, but you can see he's absolutely covered. He's a beautiful big lizard. Oh, he's a good fish. He's a big fish. They're the ones we come to have a look at. That big fella. They're a magnificent animal.
Nice colour too.
Beautiful fish. Get him up here in a quick sec. I'll just move over a little bit. Chris, we'll go back to the back. Next one. Oh, he's a nice fish.
Do you like the net?
He's a beautiful fish. Oh, crocodile! Yeah! Crocodile is not happy. Let's see if we can get this one. Oh, he's gone. There you go, anyway. You can see him going back down the bottom there, but what a beautiful fish. That's what happens sometimes. I've just stepped up to a 5-inch lure, a little bit bigger than I've been using, and just working them trees up. We'll work along these banks here, and we'll work it back along them trees over there. Well, that was good, so that was great. We let him go anyway, so that was magnificent. So we'll just keep going back along here, and we'll see if we can do a little bit more yet. All right, beautiful. All right, we've just got a little tiny fella on here. You see him come up here, they're just a beautiful little fish. Just goes to show how aggressive these little fish are. It's good to see the waterway up here. Absolutely, very healthy. We've got all our little tiny fish here. But there you go, it just goes to show how aggressive these flathead are. And when you see the size of this little fella, compared to the size of the lure, so never be afraid to use big lures, because these fish are such a highly predatory fish. They just come out and they'll just go anything. It's just amazing. And I've actually got these fish in a lot bigger lure than that one again. But when you can see the size of that little fish and the size of the lure, amazing. But it's good to see our system up here really nice and healthy. So we'll let this little fella go. Away he goes. Magnificent. It's good to see all these little fish up here. It's great. And our beautiful waterways here. I think we live in a really good part of the world here. It's great. Anyway, we'll keep playing. We've just come around to a really big bend in the river here. It's really going into a really deep hole here. And straight away, you've got to make sure these lures get to the bottom, so you've got to let a lot of line out and make sure them lures get down deep. Because you don't have these deep holes like this, you're liable to get anything. You could get Jew, you could get flathead, you could get anything. So, another one of our lizards. Another beautiful fish. See, the further we go up the river there, you can see the colour now. They're getting a lot darker. And I reckon they're sitting there now in a lot of heavier weed, and it's a lot a gravelly or darker bottom. They adapt to their bottom, these fish. I said on the sand they're usually a lot lighter than this, but as the further we're coming up these little creeks now, the darker the fish are becoming. But they're a beautiful little fish. They're an amazing predator. Beautiful fish. Good to see. Let's go get another one. We've just moved right up the rivers there, right into this nice skinny stuff now. There should be bass and everything up here, because we're about 15 kilometres away from the ocean now. We've come a hell of a long way up the river. I've just got myself another nice lizard on here. Up he comes there. They just seem to be eating these 5-inch lures today for some blasted reason. I just want the bigger lures. We'll get him in. Getting a bigger flathead. You can see how dark they are up here. The further we go up the river, the darker the fish. They're a beautiful little lizard. Magic fish. We're just gonna keep throwing towards the banks, go both sides here. It's wide enough where we can fish both sides of the bank, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going right up through this little section here. So we'll see if we can get you a few more fish on board, but they're a beautiful lizard. Away he goes. This is magic. I love doing this type of stuff. It's up here, it's really nice and peaceful, calm. Getting later in the afternoon here at the moment there. The sun's just starting to go down, so hopefully the fish might turn on a little bit more here as the afternoon keeps coming in. So we'll just keep going and let's keep into it. Just got ourselves another one now. I don't know what he's doing. He must be hooked up from underneath or something. Whee. Playing up a little bit, this fella. They're such an aggressive fish. There we go. The size of that lure that's down his neck, and I said they just come up and they just don't muck around at all. He got me again, but I don't know. Anyway, another one to the list. See you later, mate. So I can't believe how many flathead are just in here. I just threw out again straight away. Bang, another one. He's a little bit better one, this one. Hey, he's a nice fish. Nice lizard. Not real happy, this fella. I've only just got him just in the lip, this one. I'll get him around. Look at that. Beautiful fish. There you go, he's got the lure still in his mouth. You just got to be so careful with these buggers, they spine you pretty bad, but they shake. I like to pick them up just underneath. About there. Get that out. Another beautiful lizard. Geez, they're good fish. Can't believe how many's just laying up here, right up here in this, so far up from the ocean there, it's unbelievable. Beautiful. There we go. Away he goes. Magic afternoon. Let's get into it.
Yep. Hooked up.
Hey? Give me the I'll undo it. You right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's only a little far. Only a little far. Good to see him in the river though.
I think you need a cough lolly.
Yeah, I got a bit of a sore throat at the moment.
Yeah, it's catching small fish, that's all it is.
Always having a go, Tony.
That's alright.
We'll come back to you.
No worries.
I
I'll let
won't
him
show
go.
what I'm going to catch, but...
Beautiful.
Alright, we're back at it again. We've just got another fish on here. We're actually in the main river now of Maxwell. Right up in between the highway bridge and the railway bridge was just over here. It's good to always go around and look for structure. I mean, riverbanks, you know, right up there, we're fishing right back onto the rocks there. A lot of people fish out in the middle of the river. You don't have to fish in the middle of the river. Where we've done, I'll show you in 2 seconds where we're throwing our lures. We're actually throwing our lures back towards the rocks. So it's not, everyone thinks because you've got a boat, you've got to fish out in the middle there. I reckon it's the opposite. You've got to now fish back at the bank, and as you can see where Jason's throwing his line now. We're actually, that's where the flathead lay. The flathead are laying right back up there where the food are. You can see the size of these flathead, size of the lure I'm using. Beautiful fish. I just dropped him as well, unbelievable. So we've just hooked 2 fish in a row here. So they're just sitting right back here, so we'll get this back in. What we're doing, when we're fishing this deep water, as I said, you watch here, go back towards the thing there. You see that? Where my lure is. My lure just went right next to the pylon, and that's where you've got to fish for these fish here. Around these bridge pylons here, it's roughly around about 10 metres deep, so you've got to make sure that lure gets down to the bottom. So we've just got another one here. It's amazing how many flathead just lay around these areas, around these pylons. He's not a big fish, he's only a little fish. But it's great to see. You know, the water's still full of these little fish, which is great. We'll let this little fella go. What we're doing, we're putting the lure firstly straight back onto the pylon there. So you should see it there hit the water right in front of the pylon there. It's very deep around here. You're still looking at about 8, maybe 10 metres of water here. So what you got to do, you've got to allow enough line out for the lure to get to the bottom. A lot of people do the mistake of winding straight away. No good for flathead. You've got to make sure that lure gets down to the bottom. And now that the lure's down there now, it's just little flicks. Make sure the lure goes back down to the bottom again. You've got to make sure that lure stays down there, and it's just flick, flick. Let it dive back down again, and that's how you fish for them. It takes a little bit to get used to, but once you start mastering of how to catch the old lizards, you'll never turn back. We'll keep going and see if we can get another one. So as you're doing that, I'm actually watching my line go to the bottom. It's just flick, flick, flick. You got to make sure the line stops, and then you just keep flicking, and as it's going down to the bottom there, I'm actually watching my line curl back through the water there. So as it hits the bottom, when the line stops going and moving, stop, you know your lure's down there. And it's just a couple of little flicks. All right then, we'll keep going until we get another fish. Beautiful. There goes another fish coming up here. Just amazing how many flathead are here. Up and off he goes. That's great to see anyway. They actually give these lures heaps. What happens with these soft plastics too, if the fish rip them all to pieces, just turn them upside down. It doesn't seem to affect them, and then you get like a double life out of them there. This one's been hit, absolutely been hammered, but we'll get another bit of life out of him. And just just turn them upside down, right way, it doesn't matter. As long as they're on there, that's great. So we're going to see, and Adam's got one right beside you. Looks like a nice fish, this one. What have we got here, Ads? There you go. Another beautiful little fish.
Nice little flathead.
There we go, look at that. Just get the hook out of him. You want to kiss him?
No thanks. I'd rather a woman.
He took the kiss up, mate, so well, that's not
Kiss him
good.
for me,
That's
Tony.
okay. We'll let him go. Beautiful. Another great little fish. Now this is mad fishing up here. I love it. It's great. Let's get back to it. There's another one for the list. They're not big fish, they're only just little fellas, but it's just great to see this many. And it's only very, very, look at the size of this little fella. Unbelievable. And you come up and you see a little fish like that, have a go at the size of a lure that big. It is amazing. You know, the lure is half the size of the fish. Absolutely beautiful to see. It's great to see our waterways full of these little lizards. Beautiful colour in him. Magic looking fish. He nearly looks as good as me, I reckon. We'll let him go. Away he goes. What a magnificent day. Well, we'll keep going and see if we can get a few more.
I've just hooked a nice fish here.
Beautiful
Look at him in
flathead.
the water.
Oh yes, nice looking flathead. It's a better fish.
Finally, a big fella.
See if I can.
Come on, Jay.
Don't want me to grab him.
You want the scoop?
Got him. Consistent.
Beautiful.
They're a nice little.
Not a big fish, but you know, good sized fish. So that's what we like to see. I'm just going to grab a photo with him on my phone, and we'll get back to the release in a second. Photos with this nice fish. Time to put it back. Off she goes. With the wind today, it's very windy, so yeah, we'll just keep going back. You know, Dad's had a good day. We've got quite a good lot of fish today, but mainly all small fish. But you know,
Still, it's
that's fishing sometimes.
Still, it's good to see how healthy our river systems are up here in the mid-north coast. We're fishing the Nambucca River. It's absolutely beautiful up here. I mean, we have a really good time. We might call it quits here very shortly now, so we might call it end of the day. But we've caught a lot of fish, and hopefully we're going to go out and do a few more chasing different species soon. We're going to do a session on the brim, and then we'll go do a nice good bass session. So we're just going to keep them going. So what we're doing, we're just starting a new program called Didio's Country to Coast Fishing. So we're going to put a lot of these videos up on YouTube shortly. So if you want to see some really good fishing action, go to our Didio's Country to Coast, and you'll see some really good action. We'll keep going.